Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for a very special Spirits review. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, and tonight I am coming to you from the inner sanctum of Castle K.O.E., and I am this evening joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
the 14-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, non-chill filtered, quadruple distilled, and a lover of this specific bottle, Maker's Mark, the Spice of Life, hy-vee store
nice.
Mix. Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, folks. This is one, as you can see, I have
thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, this one I have not been able to put down for a few weeks, so I figured it is only right to get a proper review in before this goes down to nil, and it's getting much
getting pretty close. So now, while Tony opens that, I am going to open the portal between the space-time continuum between Compound G and Castle K.O.E. Doctor Who ain't got power like this, which is amazing because I've never even seen that show.
Yeah, me either.
I've seen like 3 YouTube clips. All right,
3 more than me. We love some Maker's Mark store picks here at the K.O.E. Nation, and this one for me. This one
was right up there with T. Some of his favorites because the stave profile: 3 baked American pure, 0 seared French cuvee, 4 Maker's 46, 2 roasted French Mendiet, and 1 toasted French spice. 111.4 proof, 55.7 ABV. June 2001 is the date. So T, this is
what? 2021.
2021, rather. A very vintage, very limited. 2001. Yeah. God, that was
so close.
That would be interesting.
So close.
But yeah, I was only off by 20 years.
Yeah,
Come
decades,
on, like right there, like
so
it means nothing to Highlanders. Okay. Yeah. So T, I'm gonna send this back through the time warp.
Thank you.
Okay.
There
I mean, it's still Maker's Mark, folks. And I remember when we did the Maker's Mark tournament, I remember this one was not my particular favorite.
No.
But it was yours.
It was mine.
Now, it's got the Maker's Mark house-style nose, but there's like a baked sweetness in there.
Yeah, that's what... I think that's what I like about it. Like, it reminds me of like an apple crumb.
But this is another instance where the nose does not exactly match the palate, as I recall, because baked sweetness is what I get on the nose. I remember there being some spice on the palate, but that remains to be seen.
There is.
Remains to be seen.
This one, like, this reminds me of like Thanksgiving. We're recording this in
about a week away from Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
so.
And this one reminds me of a story.
I don't get around
Thanksgiving dessert that I'll be enjoying soon.
I don't get around to like uploading this to like February. Yeah.
So, yeah. I love
yeah, the nose is marvelous. It's like, if you were to put this in front of me, I would say it's Maker's Mark plus something. So, because it's wheated, and wheat is always going to be sweet, and it always has that very specific wheat smell, which I love.
If I can find another bottle of this, I'm getting.
Like earlier tonight, we tried a rye, and I was like, yeah, you can tell when a rye's a rye, and you can tell when a wheater's a wheater. So, well, T? Boy, that's a spicy ride. Almost like this tiniest hint of baking soda.
Ooh.
To go along with, like, not like Jolly Ranchers apples, but some sort of like apple candy that you suck on, hard apple candy.
The suckers that are caramel and apple.
Yeah. And a lot of spice. A lot of spice, even some baking soda, like I said. Like, it's just very...
This is candy in a glass. Oh, this is fantastic. I absolutely adore this stuff.
Like, all right, I'm going to nerd out here. To quote the Baron Harkonnen from the Dune novels by Frank Herbert, this is candy! This is... Sorry, that's a nerd reference to even you don't know. Like I had to go into my deep, deep personal nerddom there. for that one.
I'm getting some heavy butter on the finish also.
Okay. Took me a second, but it's like I get a feeling like if you let this sit in the glass for 40 minutes, a lot of the baking soda would disappear, and you'd get more butter.
Mellows out. Yeah, it gets nasty sweet, sticky sweet. Like I said, I've really enjoyed this bottle. I will be getting another one if I'm going to manage to find it. But at 111.4 proof, this hy-vee Nebraska store pick. Ugh.
Yeah, like
hy-vee's been solid.
Knocking it out of the park, honestly.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. When you think of quality store picks, honestly, most folks don't think hy-vee.
No.
All right?
Their Maker's Mark picks are out of this world.
I haven't had any other picks from hy-vee other than their Maker's picks, but those were spectacular. So I got to say hats off to them on this. Now, Tony, this is the tough part.
Yes.
The grading.
Indeed.
For those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. We're going to grade this on actually 4 5-star scales.
Oh.
It's shelving, and then for those new to the show, the secret 6th question. So, we're going to grade this as a bourbon, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit, as a Maker's Mark Private Select. We've had enough of them. I think we can now start grading in that category.
Fair. That's fair.
It's shelving, and then the secret 6th question. So, Tony, as a bourbon, a 5-star scale.
As a bourbon, I'm going to go... Actually, be kind of harsh here. 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, as a bourbon. It's sweet. It's lovely. You can cocktail this and get a really sweet treat with some soda, but anything intricate might be kind of off-putting. I did try this over ice. Was not a fan. Tried it with a drop of water. Its best is
as is
neat.
Okay, given all that, I'm going to agree with your score of 3.5.
Yeah.
Because, let's be frank, this would not be a bottle that you'd set down and say, hey, bourbon.
No.
There's a lot of other bottles. Like, I would just start with a regular bottle of Maker's Mark before getting there, because this is specialty palate whiskey, okay? This is people who have discovered what they like. They know what they like. And this, like, because the Maker's Mark Stave Profile will find something you like. I guarantee you.
Yep.
There's 1,001 combinations. There's going to be one that just hits all the right notes for you. So that's what I love about it.
Absolutely.
I was telling my dad about it, and he's like, this is beautiful. They're creating false scarcity. It's beautiful. Yeah, so, yeah, he thought that was just great. All right. Now, as a whiskey.
As a whiskey, I'm going to say...
I'm going to stick with 3.5 because it's limited in its cocktails.
I'm going to say 3.75. But you could, if you walked up to a bartender and said, let me shoot some whiskey, and they gave you a tall shot glass and made you shoot this, even though the high proof is there, it burned, you go, damn, that was sweet and actually enjoyable.
I'm actually going to kick it up to 3.75 for this reason, because I was thinking about it. Wouldn't do a lot of cocktailing with it.
No.
Okay, and you don't have much to cocktail with.
True.
But if you were to consider it, mix this with specific... I always advocate for Barks, but this is one A&W root beer.
Okay.
Mix this with...
has enough bite in itself, you wouldn't need...
Or an expensive sarsaparilla. Like one of those Sioux City sarsaparillas that you spend like $3 a bottle on.
Ooh, birch beer. Birch beer specific.
Ooh, nice. That would actually... Yeah. Getting very northeastern.
The way that one bites, but it still somehow...
smooths off.
Yeah, that
okay. Yeah, I hate to say you're correct. Birch beer.
There you go.
Now, as a cask-aged spirit, I'm going to go ahead and give this 4 stars because all of it is in the casking. All the flavor and everything, because we know what Maker's Mark is. It's marvelous wheated bourbon, but the difference here is on the casking, so I give it 4 stars.
I'm going to go 4.35.
he likes it, folks.
Yeah, this has such a wonderful flavor profile, and this was, like you said, all in the casking. This is one that, like, I could see them trying to do a sequel, minor tweaks on the stave profile, just to...
I was about to say, I got a feeling like if you and I ever went for our own stave profile, mine would be, the ones that I would favor would be all on the cream and red fruit end.
Yeah.
And yours would be pretty close to this.
This would be, yeah.
Maybe knock off one stave somewhere and add one more 46. That's probably close, honestly.
I mean, 46 is basically like one of the most perfect stave profiles you can get. So, yeah.
I hate to agree, but just like when I pour cask strength Maker's 46,
it's so good.
Amazing. When I pour regular old Maker's 46,
It's great.
It's great, and it mixes with anything that would mix any whiskey with. Okay, Coke, what have you. Now, Tony, as a Maker's Mark Private Select on a 5-star scale.
4.75.
So almost close to perfect for you.
Almost. This is one.
Like right now, what's holding my personal, like you have to beat the standard, is FAE01 and Midnight Cream. Those are the of hy-vee. So those are the two. Midnight Cream and FAE01 are my gold standard, and those both are 5 stars in my opinion. This, I'm gonna give it 3.9 as a Maker's Mark release. It's almost 4 stars. It's not quite there for me because, like I said, there's so much of the Maker's Mark house style that comes through that's like, this is Maker's Mark plus something.
Plus something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So we're off by almost a full star between the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm curious, where would you put a Midnight Cream?
Midnight Cream is the top shelf.
Yeah, but no, I'm in terms of its star scale.
Midnight Cream is a 5.
Okay, all right. We've established. So we got that. Now, the shelving for this particular Spice of Life. I was about to say, you should at least put the last 4 swallows on the top shelf. Like, I mean, let it have its good time on its way out.
Right. Honestly, it hasn't been on any of shelves because it's been in my kitchen.
Like, now, be honest here,
It's been in my kitchen next to a Glencairn.
Does that bottle survive the Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to hang on to what's left in that bottle for a little while.
Okay, I could see you treating yourself on Thanksgiving. Like, I'm going to have me a drink.
I got a few other bottles I can dip into.
Okay, good to know. So, Tony, for me, if this is mine, it would also sit on the middle shelf with all my other Maker's Mark. I even got some top shelf Maker's Mark that's sitting in this middle shelf just because they're all together and it's just right there.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Like the other night, I was like pouring a couple Maker's Marks for somebody. Like, here, try this and get some ideas of some different profiles. But I gotta agree, middle shelf. Now, the secret 6th question. When that bottle runs empty, will you seek another one, T?
Yeah, if I could find another bottle of Spice of Life hy-vee store pick Maker's Mark, I'm gonna grab it because I really enjoyed this one. This one surprised me. There's a couple of the store picks I picked up for Maker's Mark that I thought I was going to absolutely fawn over that were pretty good, not bad. This one, picked it up last minute, blew me away. This one, for whatever reason, just hit home for me, and I cannot... If I can't find another, I'll cry. I hope there's a sequel.
I was about to say, take a picture of the stave profile, because we're going to run into something similar at some point.
Yeah.
If not the exact same thing, but it's like, this is Tennessee Bob's Maker's Mark profile. You'll never know. But, so folks at hy-vee, you've done it again. I'm going to say no, because I don't want to search to the ends of the earth for this bottle. So if I find another one, I'm going to buy it just so I have like a Christmas present for Tony. Because I think I've figured out the perfect one. But other than that, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this review of the Spice of Life, folks. I am your King of Extreme, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. You can find me at K.O.E Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. Folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Raise a glass to yourselves, and I hope you all find your way back to the K.O.E. Nation happy, healthy, much the wiser. T, take it away.
Maker's Mark Store Picks. Best value in bourbon, folks.
True.
If it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.
Nice.
El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.